Alright, today we're going to be taking apart this MacBook Air, early 2015. It's an A1466. Model is the MJVE2LL/A MacBook Air. So for this you're going to need a pentalobe, a small pentalobe. This is a 1.2. So we're going to go ahead and remove the bottom case, and to do that we're going to remove all the screws. Alright, so after you've removed the screws, we can go ahead and just lift up on this back part and pop the cover off. Alright, now that we can see the inside, most of the fasteners are going to be a T5 Torx. The hinges for the LCD display are going to be a T8 Torx. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove the battery connector. Just pull it straight out, and then we can remove the screws. Alright, now we have the 5 screws out. We can go ahead and lift the battery up and out of the case. Alright, now we will go ahead and remove the screw for the SSD drive. Just one screw. Just pull up gently and then wiggle the SSD out of the connector. Same for the Wi-Fi card, but first we'll go ahead and lift up the antennas. And pop those off of the card before removing the screw. Same thing, just lift up on the end and then wiggle it out of the connector. Alright, now we can go ahead and remove the logic board. In this case we're just going to go ahead and free up all the ribbons. So just go ahead and flip up on the little bar for the display cable and pull that out. And then repeat the same for all of the small connectors. The speaker connector, you can just pull up on the back of the connector to pull it from the logic board. And then this type, there is a small retainer. So if you flip that up, you should be able to wiggle the ribbon out. Just a little lift up and pull the ribbon, and that's a good idea to shut it back down. This type will just pop straight up and out. And we have one connector you just pull sideways to remove. And then the in and out / magsafe board. It's just a simple connector, pull straight out. And it looks like one more to flip up and remove the ribbon. Let's take a second look. Looks like everything has been disconnected. Alright, so now we can just go ahead and remove all of the screws. Alright, so we got most of the screws out. I just wanted to show you the one that can kind of hide. It's up here at the top of the heatsink, and it looks like the Wi-Fi antenna is kind of partially concealing it. So just get your screwdriver under there, and then you can loosen that screw, and then you should be able to remove the logic board. We're going to get the fan out of the way. So it can be a little bit tricky, but once you have it loose, you should be able to remove the logic board. So you definitely want to lift up from the heatsink side, as the ports here at the bottom kind of fit into the case, so you're not going to be able to lift it up from this side. You got to lift it from the heatsink side, and that is how you remove the logic board. Alright, now we can remove the magsafe and out board. So we'll just go ahead and free those cables. And we'll go ahead and remove that one for now so we can get to the screw. And it looks like one small speaker ribbon. Just gently pull up on the back of it to remove it. And there's one hiding underneath the tape here. Let's peel back the tape and then just lift up on the little retainer, and you can finish pulling out the ribbon and just wiggle it free. Alright, so with the palm rest assembly, the touchpad is just a few Phillips screws, and you want to remove the top row of screws. Trackpad's going to come out, and don't lose the little adjuster screw right there. Keyboard, just peel back the backlight coating here, and then there's a ton of tiny little Phillips screws. Just undo all of those, and then you should be able to peel the keyboard straight off of the palm rest. But this assembly we're going to leave complete. The speakers are just held on by adhesives, so you can just unstick them. And then, like I said, there's just a few screws for the touchpad and a lot of screws for the keyboard underneath the backlight pad. So for now, we're going to go ahead and separate the display from the palm rest. So you want to make sure that you free the cables that are going into the LCD assembly. So just make sure that they are free, and we are almost ready to remove the screws. So we're going to go ahead and take this T8, and we'll go ahead and remove 2 from each side, and then we can open the display and then finish removing the last 2 to separate the display assembly. Alright, so we will carefully open and turn upside down, and then supporting the assembly with one hand, we can go ahead and remove those last 2 screws. Alright, so in this case we're going to go ahead and leave the LCD assembly complete. These displays are pretty inexpensive nowadays, since it is a 2015 model. So I hope the video was instructional. It's actually a very easy model to work on, the MacBook Air. You just have to make sure that you have Torx and a small pentalobe screwdriver, and most people don't really have those on hand. But if you do, it's really easy to repair or upgrade your MacBook Air. So that's how you disassemble it. And if this video helped you, or you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.